Nicole Lovell was a 13-year-old girl who faced more challenges in her short life than many do in a lifetime. Born with health issues, she underwent a liver transplant at a very young age. This surgery left her with scars and a need for lifelong medication. Nicole's health struggles made her life difficult, but they also made her strong. Despite her challenges, she was a bright and loving child, full of dreams and hopes for the future. Her health struggles were only part of her story. Nicole also faced bullying at school. Her peers often teased her about her weight and the scars from her surgery. This constant bullying took a toll on her self-esteem and made her feel isolated. In her search for acceptance, Nicole turned to the online world. The internet became a place where she could escape the harsh realities of her everyday life and find friendship. Nicole's need for friendship was deep. She longed for someone who would understand her and accept her for who she was. The internet provided her with a perceived safety net, a place where she could be herself without judgment. However, this vulnerability also made her a target for those with malicious intentions. Despite her mother's warnings about the dangers of online interactions, Nicole continued to seek connections online. This desire for connection, coupled with her innocence, set the stage for a tragic turn of events. Nicole's story is a poignant reminder of the complexities of growing up in a digital age, where the quest for friendship can sometimes lead to dangerous paths. Nicole's interactions on the internet were facilitated by platforms like Kik, an instant messaging app popular among teenagers. This app allowed users to chat anonymously, making it a hotbed for both genuine friendships and potential dangers. It was on Kik that Nicole met David Eisenhauer, an 18-year-old college student. Eisenhauer presented himself as a friend, someone who understood Nicole's struggles and accepted her. Despite her mother's warnings about speaking with strangers online, Nicole felt a connection with Eisenhauer. Her mother's concerns were not unfounded. She had repeatedly told Nicole about the risks of sharing personal information with people she met online. Nevertheless, Nicole's desire for acceptance and friendship overpowered these warnings. She believed Eisenhauer was a genuine friend, someone who cared about her well-being. Eisenhauer, however, had ulterior motives. He used Nicole's vulnerability to his advantage, manipulating her into trusting him. This is a common tactic used by online predators, who often prey on the insecurities and naivety of young individuals. Nicole, in her search for friendship, fell victim to this manipulation. She believed she had found someone she could trust, unaware of the dark intentions lurking beneath the surface. The anonymity of Kik provided Eisenhauer with the perfect cover to exploit Nicole's vulnerabilities. The lack of face-to-face interaction made it easier for him to present a facade, further drawing Nicole into a dangerous situation. This interaction would eventually lead to a series of tragic events that no one could have foreseen. On the night of January 27, 2016, Nicole Lovell snuck out of her family home in Blacksburg, Virginia. She had planned to meet David Eisenhauer, whom she trusted as a friend. This decision marked the beginning of a tragic chain of events that would shock the nation. Nicole's disappearance was quickly noticed by her mother, who immediately reported her missing to the police. The investigation into Nicole's disappearance was swift and intense. As authorities pieced together the timeline, they discovered her interactions with Eisenhauer on Kik. This digital trail became crucial in identifying him as a suspect. The urgency of the investigation heightened the community's awareness, with efforts made to locate Nicole as soon as possible. However, hopes of finding her alive were dashed when her body was discovered 3 days later, on January 30th, near a remote road in North Carolina. The discovery of Nicole's body was a devastating blow to her family and the community. It was clear that she had been the victim of a heinous crime. The investigation revealed that Eisenhauer had not acted alone. Natalie Keepers, a fellow student at Virginia Tech, was also involved in the planning and execution of the crime. As the details emerged, it became apparent that this was a premeditated act, fueled by misguided intentions and a chilling lack of empathy. The arrest of Eisenhauer and Keepers brought some relief to Nicole's grieving family, but it also raised many questions. How could such young individuals commit such a crime? What drove them to such lengths? The answers to these questions would be explored in the trials that followed, as the world grappled with the tragic loss of a young life. David Eisenhauer and Natalie Keepers were arrested shortly after Nicole's body was discovered. Their arrests sent shockwaves through the community and beyond. Eisenhauer, who had been a promising engineering student and track athlete at Virginia Tech, was charged with first-degree murder. Keepers, a fellow student, faced charges of being an accessory before the fact and concealing a dead body. The connection between Eisenhauer and Keepers was complex. They shared a friendship that quickly turned into a partnership in crime. The investigation revealed that they had been planning to harm Nicole for some time. This premeditation was evidenced by conversations between the two, in which they discussed various aspects of their plan. Their capture was a result of diligent police work, and a digital trail that left little room for doubt. Eisenhauer maintained that his intention was not to harm Nicole, a claim that was heavily scrutinized in court. Keepers, on the other hand, admitted to helping Eisenhauer with the planning and execution of the crime. Her involvement highlighted the dangers of peer influence and how two individuals, when joined by a shared purpose, can commit acts they might not have considered alone. The trials of Eisenhauer and Keepers were closely followed by the public. They served as a poignant reminder of how easily lives can be destroyed by poor decisions and malicious intent. The legal proceedings sought to bring justice for Nicole and her family, while also shining a light on the deeper issues of online safety and the vulnerability of young individuals. The courtroom became a stage for revealing the chilling details of Nicole Lovell's murder and the mindset of her killers. During the trial, Eisenhower's defense attempted to portray him as a young man who had made a grave mistake. However, the prosecution presented evidence that suggested otherwise. In one conversation, Eisenhower was quoted as saying, "I believe the world is a better place without her." This statement shocked those present and highlighted the coldness behind his actions. Natalie Keepers also took the stand, providing insight into her involvement. Her testimony revealed a disturbing lack of empathy and a willingness to follow Eisenhower's lead. She described how they had planned the crime, detailing their discussions about how to lure Nicole out of her home. Keepers admitted, "I was scared of losing my friend, so I went along with it." This statement underscored the dangerous dynamics of their relationship and the influence Eisenhower had over her. The trial also highlighted the impact of Nicole's murder on her family. Her mother, Tammy Weeks, delivered a heart-wrenching statement, describing the loss of her daughter and the void it left in their lives. She implored the court to understand the gravity of the crime and the need for justice. Her words served as a powerful reminder of the human cost of such senseless violence. The revelations from the courtroom painted a picture of two young individuals led astray by their own demons and a shared sense of purpose. The proceedings provided a glimpse into the psyche of the perpetrators, offering a sobering reflection on the complexities of human behavior and the potential for darkness within. Understanding the psychological backgrounds of David Eisenhower and Natalie Keepers is crucial in comprehending their actions. Eisenhower, described as intelligent and athletic, displayed signs of narcissism and a need for control. His interactions with Nicole and Keepers indicated a manipulative streak, where he used charm and persuasion to achieve his ends. This need for control may have stemmed from a desire to assert power over those he perceived as weaker. Natalie Keepers, on the other hand, showed signs of low self-esteem and a need for acceptance. Her involvement in the crime appeared to be driven by a fear of losing her friendship with Eisenhower. Keepers' willingness to participate in such a heinous act suggests a susceptibility to peer influence and a struggle to assert her own identity. Her psychological profile points to a deep-seated insecurity and a desire to be valued by those she considered important. Both Eisenhower and Keepers exhibited traits that, when combined, created a dangerous dynamic. Their psychological profiles reveal individuals struggling with their own issues, which they projected onto Nicole. This projection allowed them to rationalize their actions, viewing Nicole as a pawn in their twisted quest for validation and control. The psychological examination of Eisenhower and Keepers sheds light on the factors that may have contributed to their actions. It highlights the importance of addressing mental health issues and the potential consequences of leaving such issues unchecked. Their profiles serve as a cautionary tale of how psychological vulnerabilities can manifest in destructive behavior when left unaddressed. The tragic case of Nicole Lovell can be analyzed through several psychological theories that help explain the behavior of David Eisenhower and Natalie Keepers. One such theory is the social learning theory, which suggests that individuals learn behaviors by observing and imitating others. In the context of this case, Eisenhower's manipulative behavior could have been influenced by observing similar traits in others, reinforcing his belief that such tactics were effective. Another applicable theory is the concept of peer influence, which underscores the impact that peers can have on an individual's behavior. Keeper's involvement in the crime highlights this influence, as her actions were largely driven by her desire to maintain her friendship with Eisenhauer. This aligns with the theory that individuals, especially adolescents, are heavily influenced by their peers, often prioritizing these relationships over their own moral judgments. The case also reflects elements of the power and control wheel, a framework used to understand abusive behavior. Eisenhower's need to exert control over Nicole and Keepers is evident in his actions. His manipulation and deceitful tactics are indicative of an individual seeking to assert dominance and maintain power in his relationships, a behavior pattern often seen in abusive dynamics. These psychological theories provide a framework for understanding the complex dynamics at play in Nicole Lovell's murder. They highlight the interplay between individual vulnerabilities and external influences, offering insight into how seemingly ordinary individuals can commit extraordinary acts of violence. By examining these theories, we gain a deeper understanding of the factors that contributed to this tragic event. The case of Nicole Lovell serves as a stark reminder of the importance of online safety, especially for teenagers. In today's digital age, the internet can be both a tool for connection and a source of danger. Nicole's story illustrates the risks associated with anonymous online interactions and the ease with which predators can exploit vulnerable individuals. It underscores the need for vigilance and awareness when engaging with unknown individuals online. For teenagers, the internet often serves as an escape from the challenges of adolescence, offering a sense of belonging and acceptance. However, this perceived safety can make them susceptible to manipulation by those with malicious intentions. Nicole's tragic fate highlights the need for open communication between parents and their children about the potential dangers of online interactions. It is crucial for parents to educate their children on the importance of protecting their personal information and recognizing the warning signs of online predators. The case also emphasizes the risks faced by isolated and vulnerable teens. Nicole's search for friendship and acceptance made her an easy target for Eisenhower's manipulation. This vulnerability is not uncommon among teenagers, who are often navigating complex social dynamics and struggling with issues of self-esteem. By understanding these vulnerabilities, we can better protect young individuals from falling victim to similar situations. Ultimately, the lessons from Nicole Lovell's case extend beyond the tragic loss of a young life. They serve as a call to action for society to prioritize online safety education and support for vulnerable teens. By fostering an environment of awareness and communication, we can work towards preventing similar tragedies in the future. The tragic story of Nicole Lovell holds broader implications for society as a whole. It highlights the urgent need for increased awareness and education around online safety, particularly for young individuals who are most at risk. The internet is an integral part of modern life, but it also presents significant dangers that must be addressed through proactive measures and open dialogue. Nicole's case also sheds light on the complexities of adolescent psychology and the factors that contribute to vulnerability. Her desire for acceptance, coupled with her health struggles and experiences with bullying, made her susceptible to the manipulations of those like Eisenhower. This vulnerability is a common thread among many teenagers, emphasizing the need for supportive environments that foster self-esteem and resilience. Furthermore, the case underscores the dangers of peer influence and the potential for destructive behavior when individuals are influenced by unhealthy relationships. Eisenhower and Keepers' actions serve as a cautionary tale of how two individuals, despite their own struggles, can come together to commit acts they might not have considered alone. This dynamic highlights the importance of addressing mental health issues and fostering positive peer relationships. In conclusion, the tragic case of Nicole Lovell is a powerful reminder of the dangers that exist in our increasingly digital world. It calls for a concerted effort to educate and protect young individuals from online predators, while also addressing the underlying issues of vulnerability and peer influence. By learning from this tragedy, we can work towards creating a safer environment for all children, ensuring that no other family has to endure the heartbreak that Nicole's family experienced.